Don't wait for IRS, the subsidy will evaporate these weeks in 2025. Let's see how much you can receive. Let's start with the conclusion that there is no new uniform stimulus check for the Federation this year. The so-called $1,390 and $1,400 will arrive immediately is false news circulating. However, there are indeed many subsidies and tax refund items in the middle and first level that are being issued or will be issued regularly every year. If you meet the conditions, you can get real money. This film sorts out all the key projects, applicable people, and ideas that can be received for you. First, don't be victimized by bad checks. There is no new federal stimulus check, and there is no new national uniform cash payment bill passed this year. It is 90% unreliable to package the old Wenja clickbait title as the content of immediate payment. There is currently no implementation plan for slogans such as Dodge dividends and presidential cashback. In the election year, there are more slogans and less slogans. Don't try and make mistakes with your wallet. What can really get money mainly comes from tax refund credits, long-term dividends, or special subsidies in various states. Some are issued automatically, while others have to be applied for. The rules vary. Second, this year has been running a fixed list of real money and silver all year round. These projects have been routinely implemented or re-implemented every year. Focus on the qualifications and actions that are most easily missed. New Jersey anchor property tax subsidies homeowners earn less than or equal to $150,000 annually, usually $1,500 less than or equal to $250,000, usually $1,000. Tenants usually $450. An additional US $250 for those ages 65 and above. Most of them apply for regular window opening. If you miss the time, you have to wait for the next round. Have materials ready for property tax bills, proof of lease income, and more. Pennsylvania local tax rent refund is open to officials and widows aged 65 plus 50 and disabled people over 18. It can reach a maximum income ceiling of about $1,000, which is higher than in previous years. Submit an application to get the home climate bill by the deadline every year, so as to avoid not finding money, but automatically offsetting the electrical bill. Most households will see the deduction of tens of dollars directly in their bills. Generally, households do not need to apply, and they are distributed in batches by utility companies and seasons. The Minnesota rental version of the child tax credit has a maximum of $1,750 per child under the age of 18, and there is no upper limit on the number of children. Only by falsely reporting weekly taxes can you get it. Starting from 2025, the idea of minimum credit will be introduced. Families who got the enemy last year have a minimum guarantee even if their income fluctuates for 4 years. Alaska PFD perennial dividend, residents who meet the living conditions receive cash dividends directly every year. Must apply online on schedule and meet resident certificate and other requirements. The Oregon Keeper tax refund mechanism is that each week's personal tax revenue exceeds the budget forecast by more than or equal to 2%. The excess is proportionally withdrawn. However, when the taxpayer reports 1 year old in the next year, it is reflected in whether the credit is triggered. The trigger ratio is different in each budget period. It is a fixed mechanism written into the weekly constitution. Remember to report the age of 1 year and understand the inclusiveness of this money that can be obtained by looking at the budget in 2025. This kind of project depends on the finance every year, and the legislative arrangement method may change, but the rule is that whenever there is a surplus, it tends to be returned to you. Colorado HABOR tax refund. The state government's fiscal revenue exceeds the legal limit and needs to be returned to taxpayers according to law. The distribution method may be a flat amount or distribution according to income files, and the details are subject to the announcement of the current year. You usually have to file weekly taxes to enjoy it. Virginia's one-time personal tax refund. In recent years, one-time tax refunds of US $200 and US $400 have been distributed several times to return the surplus. Whether the specific amount will continue depends on the current year's budget and the weekly tax office notice. New York state level. The tax rebate and burden reduction portfolio has always included items such as EITC start, and there is also a one-time rebate for inflationary pressure in the net month. The discussion and amount are subject to the budget and the final caliber of the state tax department. In most cases, it will be automatically calculated and sent or distributed in conjunction with tax returns. 4. What 3-step self-subtraction can you use? The first step is to determine your state's dive back path keywords: rebate refund credit, dividend poverty tax relief climate credit. Go to the official website of the state's Department of Taxation, Department of Finance, and Public Affairs Committee to check the above keywords. You can sort out whether you have it and how to get it. The second step is to see which group of people you belong to. Homeowners and tenants look at property tax refund, energy bill credit, family elderly disability, weekly list, child credit, elderly disability bonus, special inclusive tax refund for elderly tenants, finance and refund, long-term residence, weekly bonus, Alaska PFD Step 3 preparation materials, lock time window, commonly used materials for the previous year's year-old declaration, income certificate, property tax bill or leased vehicle utility bill, age or disability certificate, etc. Do you need to file weekly taxes? A lot of money is paid when filing weekly taxes, and if you don't report it, you won't be able to take it. Is there any automatic distribution? If the weekly climate is exempted, usually the bill goes directly to the anchor PTRR. You have to apply yourself, and there is a deadline. 5. Frequently asked questions. Will these periodic subsidies affect my federal tax refund or benefit? Most of them will not conflict directly, but it depends on the project attribute tax refund, so as not to be reflected in the amount change on the tax form. Cash grant dividends may need to be reported truthfully on weekly or federal tax forms. It is safe to keep the approved issuance record on an annual basis and hand over the tax return to the accountant assistant class. Will Joe not be able to get it? Most projects require living this week. Those who plan to move should pay attention to the application time and residence certificate. Don't get stuck on the qualification threshold. You can stack it. Add items of different levels and natures can usually be superimposed, but the identity of pets of the same caliber cannot be accepted, and the description of each item shall prevail. How to prevent fake subsidy fraud? Don't click on strange links. Don't pay prepayment, and don't report to the bank SSN installation. Government money won't let you pay unlocking fees with gift cards. The information is checked by the State Tax Department, Finance Department, and Public Utilities official website. Don't wait for the federal 1,190 stimulus check. It's fake. What really gets money is your state's tax refund and subsidy program, and many people miss it for nothing because they don't know about it. Do you live in these states? Whether you have an elderly person in your family, whether you have a mortgage, and whether you have filed a weekly tax report may make you get hundreds or even thousands of dollars more. Like and follow us, and Little Blue People will continue to share all kinds of projects, subsidy changes, and application skills that can really earn money, so as to help you not miss a dollar.